welcome to a brand new programming show of JDTalkfl. It's not the podcast, it's a little different. It's not a vlog, it's the sports talk by me, Jerry. So, I said this a few podcast episodes ago. I don't remember which one it was, but I like to say is that I want to do a sports talk episode because why not? I like to watch sports a bit. So right now I'm going to talk about F1 right now. Why F1? Well, in 2024, around the Miami Grand Prix, I got interested into Formula One, and now I just talk about it nonstop. Diego knows how it is. I just know about the regulations and all that. So enough about me talking. I'm gonna talk about F1. So it's a new season and new regulations, but it's a dramatic change to the regulations because the engines was 80-20. It was 80% combustion engine, 20% electric with the battery unit, power unit. Now it is 50. Hold on, let me look at my notes. So the regulation, it's more smaller. It's a bit more smaller. I think they shorten it by 200 meters. Yeah, I think it was 200 meters. But at the same time, the new engine now it's 50-50. 50% battery power, 50% combustion engine. And at the same time, they have to do 100% synthetic fuel. So that means like not any other fuel. It got to be like for the environment. So, and also I just remembered they got rid of the MQH. That's a recovery system to recover the battery. So right now, the first three races was kind of a mess. I didn't watch China because I was 3 a.m. and I was passed the fuck out. So what I've been noticing is that a lot of the cars, some of them had engine problems or they had to downshift to recharge the battery, and I'm just like, damn, these cars are so unreliable. They're more unreliable than the Trump administration. My goodness, that's a whole wow. But you know what? Comment down below if you want me to do politics talk as well. Anyways. Yeah, I know he's going to be stressing, Diego. But honestly, it's better racing for it to be smaller. But the problem I don't like is how qualifying now is more slower. Is now they have to do extra maneuvers. They had to downshift, high rev it, redline it a bit so it could charge it up little by little. Qualifying's weird. But you know, the FIA is weird. They're really weird for some reason. But I'll like to talk about the few teams. I'll talk about the teams and their results. Not results, but just how are they doing overall. But first, I should have got the hat. You know, it's whatever. So, Ferrari, Forza Ferrari. That's my team right there. Yeah, you're gonna be looking at me like that. Yeah, it's just I be looking at Diego because he's already roasting me.
Wait a minute.
Oh, he's gonna get it for me.
I gotta get something for this boy.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
So while he's getting something nice for me, so let's talk about Ferrari. 2025, they sucked really bad. I was really disappointed in that, and I was just nonstop, just oh my goodness. But 2026, they're looking really good. They had podium for I think the 3 races, yeah. And they were doing good. Lewis Hamilton got his first podium in a Ferrari. Look at that. Ahí está.
He has to have it.
Ahí está. All right. So I feel like, and also, I don't know what they did to their engine, but their engine, like when they start, they have a quick start. So it's good. But honestly, Ferrari's Ferrari, and they like to mess up their strategies, you know. It's always Ferrari messing up a strategy. Like I think I think it was Australia. Yeah, it was Australia that they could have pitted and like the first time safety car to change the tires and maintain the lead. But instead, they just kept going. The second safety car came in. They're about to pit. It closed on them. Okay. No. But anyways, I have to not be biased here. But you know, being a Ferrari fan is a struggle. It's common. But you know what? I hope they could win a race and the drivers' championship, the constructors' championship. Why? Well, if they don't, I'm gonna go through this table like a Dominican playing domino and escuchando capi y cu.
Ganó? ¿Quién ganó? ¿Quién ganó?
No.
Capicú.
No.
Capicú.
It's just, yeah. Anyways, I had to release that. But you know what? Let's leave it here. But you know, we should talk about Mercedes. They did it again. That engine that they have, my goodness, that engine is really fast. The thing is, I don't know what they put in that engine. I don't know if it's a compression rate because they say it's not the compression rate. I have to check it out. But Mercedes, this is not the first time they succeeded in this types of regulation because 2014, that's when they did the 80-25. Before that, it was full combustion. But 2014, that's when they did 80-25 or 80-20. Yeah, I think it was that. And they succeeded on that. That's how Lewis Hamilton got 6 championships out of that with Mercedes because they're just good like that. But that car is fast. And Kimi Antonelli, that boy is world champion. That boy is championship material. That man is, wow. He's something. George Russell, I don't know what he's on to. Ooh. Aston Martin. I have something to say about Aston Martin. So I remembered when they signed Adrian Newey, they were flipping out. Oh, Honda. They got Honda engines. Oh, my God. Adrian Newey, team principal? This is about to be greatest. This is about to be amazing. Yeah, that is the most overrated I ever seen in my life. More overrated than the Dubai chocolate. Jeez Louise, what is that season? Bro, I'm going to check my notes, bro, because the engine is terrible. They was thinking about like not racing most of the Australian Grand Prix. And I'm like, how the hell is that possible? The whole car is just bad. Like, it's slow. It vibrates a lot. It vibrates more than a Rose toy. And it's just like, my goodness, how does Aston Martin could go that low when 2025 was their, I don't know. Actually, it was their lowest, and then it went even lower. Yeah, it's crazy. Sorry, I'm talking to my audience member. You didn't give me no applause. Anyways, but yeah. Yeah, so Aston Martin, dog shit. Next, Cadillac. At first, I was thinking about putting it as crap. I'm not going to keep cursing because I already had 3 or 4. But it's because, honestly, they entered F1 in 2025. So with them entering like late 2020, no, in the middle or the late 2025, they had a lot of time to get used to the regulations. So again, we had to wait a few years to see what Cadillac can do with that car. Because I know Valtteri Bottas and Sergio Perez they're good drivers. They're experienced drivers. Well, number 2 drivers, but very experienced, and I think they'll give them a chance at trying to get points, maybe podium, maybe win, maybe a championship. But that's just that's just a dream, I guess. But next, Audi. So Audi, they're decent. They're not bad. So, like the opposite of Cadillac, Audi entered 2022, like the beginning of 2022. Like, well, they are like entered in Formula One, but they don't start racing until 2026. So they had a whole 5 years to already get used to the regulations and everything. Honestly, Audi is not bad. Australia, I was like, okay, they're gonna be just like Cadillac, not as great. But then when I watched the race, I was like, oh, Gabby got points. Okay. I think, yeah. And I think they also got points in Japan. Honestly, the race was a while ago, and also I'm in school, so a lot of assignments get stuck in my head. But Audi's really good. They're really doing a really good job at what they're doing. But the team principal left, so that's a little concerning. But at the same time, we'll find out in Miami. But next, Alpine. They're not bad. But honestly, I feel like them switching from Renault to Mercedes, it's a good move from them, because last year's car sucked. It really was bad. I saw that. I'm like, damn. The French made car. Not great, I guess. But now they have Mercedes engine. They're chilling. But they're getting points, They're decent, but they're not like contenders for like the midfield. They're just, you know what? That's all it is for Alpine. But you know who also has a Mercedes engine? McLaren. So, first of all, when I first saw McLaren, I was like, what the hell happened to McLaren during the Australia? But now after the Japanese, Oscar Piastri, Oscar Piastri got podium. He got it. And I'm like, okay. They are hold up. They're doing good. Oscar Piastri's doing it great. And I guess McLaren, they're starting to solve little by little about the about the engine. Damn it. Okay, yeah, computer's tripping right now. But you know what? That's good for them. Honestly, yeah, I got that right. That's all I gotta say for McLaren. Lando, I don't know what's going on with Lando. Lando's, I don't know. After champion, or even Costal came out. But honestly, Lando, I don't know. We'll see. It's only been 3 races of the season. So we'll find out what will happen with Lando and Oscar and what the team will be on. But let's talk about Red Bull. Yeah, Max Verstappen is struggling with that car. And also, he's struggling with that car. I was going to say the engine, but I was like, nah. Isaac Hadjar has been struggling with the power unit. I think in Australia he struggled with it. But let me see. Let me see the other results. Hold on. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with Red Bull, but they're struggling a lot. Like really bad. But at the same time, it's American made. And probably when the engine goes out, you're going to hear a nice little Ford chime going on in the background. It is something. It's something. But again, it's American made. Of course it's going to have something wrong with it. But we'll see what happens when the Miami Grand Prix happens in May. But we'll see what happens. And I guess Haas is doing fine. What was it? Oliver Behrman? He's good. That kid is Yo, he's really good. He's been getting points, really good points, great qualifying. Jeez, I'm like, damn. Oh, the Haas, that boy's something. I don't know about Ocon though. That boy's, yeah, I don't know. It's weird for him. It's weird that he's like, damn. So the rookie, no, he's not a rookie no more. But second year of Formula One, he's already doing better than the veteran. So might be a little snippy. But honestly, I think in general, overall, I guess I covered all the teams. I covered I covered most of the teams. I like to give my conclusion. Smaller cars, good for racing. 50-50 engine, not good. And I don't know if it's a good idea because it's big from it's really big from 80 to 20 to 50-50. That's you can't just force it in. Like, come on, you gotta play with it a little bit, tease it a little bit. Pause. I feel like, well, I know that FIA is doing a meeting of the cars because after Ollie Berman, after he took a little bit of a boost, I remember he took a boost and it was like he was going 90 kilometers faster than the car ahead. I think it was the Alpine, but he couldn't overtake and he just crashed in the wall. He crashed in the wall really bad. So I feel like let's hope whatever they say, unless the FIA messes it up, like the Trump administration. Sorry, sorry. I like. You know what? Politics will be saved another day. But overall, regulations is good in a way. They just got to fix the engine, power units, and everything else. But you know what? Comment down below if you like it. If you want more, comment down below. Leave a like. And that's my cue to go. Anyways, hope to see you in another video.
As soon as I got done recording that part, honestly, I was in the process of editing it, but at the same time procrastinating. But the funny thing is, as soon as I was like, okay, let's watch the Miami Grand Prix, my brother had 2 tickets to the race, and he told me he could not go. And I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna go with Pillsbury Doughboy with me. Yes, sir. Nah, I'm joking. Thomas the Train Engine. No. I'm not gonna do him like that. Diego. I decided to bring Diego with me, and we decided to go to the Miami race, Miami Grand Prix, first ever F1 race. And honestly, this other part of this video will actually show you the race, my thoughts, and my honest opinions about it. So, hope you enjoy. race, honestly. It was a very entertaining race. It was cool to see in person. I got to see a lot of things, try out the simulator, a lot of stuff, a lot of walking too. But those cars are very fast, and it's a very great experience. I highly recommend it if you're able to. But it was a good race. I was able to see my favorite driver get into podium, and I was chilling until this happened.
For Piastri, Russell versus Verstappen on the left-hand side of your picture as they go to the hairpin at turn 17. Does the Red Bull reappear? Not this time. It's fifth place for George Russell. It's third place for Oscar Piastri, and it's Kimi Antonelli.
Oh, for fuck.
Same day, different shit.